took what was the main highlights for you in the last class? You can chat in the chat box. What was the key highlight for you in the last session? Let's use the chat box, please. Okay, sorry, I thought I was unmuted. So I said if you're in the last class, yes, I see everybody. I see Lawal, I see, thank God, I see Esther, Inome, Tomiwa, Stephen, Edede, Michael, Ayo, Amaka. So please, you can go ahead to unmute your mic now, or you can chat in the chat box. What was the key takeaway for you in the last class? What was that key thing? I mean, we have people joining us for the first time. We have a lot of people joining us for the first time. They really want to know what happened in the last class. So you can chat in the chat box or unmute your mic. Let them know what was the key takeaway, what was the key things you learned from the last session. Please, I'm expecting a lot of people to answer. We need at least two people to speak and at least two people to chat in the chat box. What was that key thing? What were the things that you actually picked from the last class? I'm expecting Temitope Amaka. I'm even expecting a lot of people to be unmuting at once. What was the key things you took away from the last class? Please, I'm waiting for us. I'm waiting for us before we let our trainer take over the class. What were the key things? Please, you can unmute your mic. You're free to unmute now, please. Okay. Amaka has given us one. She said, my key highlight was learning how information system connects people, processes, and technology to solve real business problems. It opened my eyes to how data flows in organization and how systems like databases and networks support decision making. Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Amaka. You, you are the first person bailing us out. We still have three more people to go. We need one more in the chat and two people to unmute and speak. So please use your mic. Tell us what were your key highlights. I mean, we learned a lot. We learned about the five bases of information system. We learned the difference between information system and information technology. Sorry, we're still coming back to that. We learned it was a whole lot. I mean, it was a 4 hours class or 3 hours thereabout. So you definitely picked something. I mean, Mr. Ayola even explained to us how every of this IT, um, how every of this IT position, and we were asked to. Sorry, I'm already answering now. I'm not going to do that. So please, 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 everyone, everyone, everyone. We need to speak. We need to speak. Unmute your mic. Let us hear your voice. Let's have this engaging session before our trainer comes and match up the energy. Okay, Mr. Steven, the second person to bail us out. Uh, my key highlights from last week. The first one for him was differentiation between IT and IS. IT focused on technology process and material, while IS is broader and include people. Okay. Now, Mr. Stevie already answered the question. The second question I had in mind for us. Okay. So you have so learned the type of information systems. Okay. And also the key framework in information system, Agile, SFIA, COBIT, ITTL, SFI. Mr. Steven, that's really nice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for bailing us out. Enoma, I hope I got that right. She said mine would be the core five components of information system, which which lets me know that it goes beyond the hardware of IT. That's a key thing too. That's a key thing. We're still coming back to naming the five components. So I guess Enoma will be naming the five components of information systems for us. Please get that ready. Fatima, my key highlight is that the world is evolving and streamlining into a digital world in all aspects of life. Okay, the use of technology has come to stay. Therefore, there is need for all to learn and join the trend. Yes, definitely, most definitely, we all need to upskill. Yes, we need to upskill. The world now is beyond, oh, I know how to use Google. Oh, I know how to use a phone. Oh, I know how to type. How can you get yourself to be better and be in the right spot in your organization? I mean, the organization is not going to have someone that is really vast in information system and you that just all you know is Google or you know how to press your phone. Nah, nah, nah. We need to get our skills up. Thank you so much for reminding us of that, Fatima. Michael Idede, one of my key highlights was how vast the field of information system was and the various career paths that exist within it. Oh, yes, definitely. I was about to mention that earlier. There's a wild information system is wild. So I think we should thank Transformation College for bringing this to us, for bringing this program, this restructured program to us. Edede Michael, thank you so much. Michael, so what was a field you picked last week? What was the field you picked last week? I would like to know that. What was that field? I mean, after Mr. Ayola explained all of the fields to us, what was the key field for you? What was the field you felt, oh, this is where I belong? Please go ahead to chat that in the chat box. We already have a lot of replies in the chat box, but I still need someone to speak. I need someone to unmute and speak. We need to hear our voices. This is not this is an engaging session. We all know how it is with Transformation College. So please still need someone to speak. Okay, Michael Adebayo, one of the key takeaways I would like to highlight is that information system extend beyond technology alone. Yes, yes, yes. There's a difference between IS and tech. While the terms information system and information technology are often used interchangeably, I was able to clearly grasp the significant distinction between them. Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you so much, Michael. I'll be calling you to answer our next question then. Thank you so much. Okay, Joseph. Joseph said, framework is a blueprint that provides foundation for implementing, designing, and managing information systems. Yes, standards are documented guidelines or rules that ensure consistency and quality in information system. Yes, that's about right. Yes, I remember Mr. Ayala told us something about that. So, Joseph, according to the last session, framework and standard, what do you think an organization should adopt? Should they adopt a framework or they should adopt a standard? Please reply to that. You can unmute or either chat in the chat box. Thank you so much to everyone that has contributed in the chat box. It's really means we learned from the last class. So please ask yourself a question. Michael Michael, I think I asked you, and it didn't, Michael. I asked you too. Please go ahead to chat in the chat box or on mute. Like also, we're still waiting for someone. I still need someone, at least one. Please let us hear your voice. One person. I see John. I see John in the room. I see John. Tomiwa, please, one of you should just go ahead, unmute your mic and let our new timers listen. Let them hear what we really learned about last week, please. We still have our trainer waiting for us, so please do not take time. Go ahead to unmute and tell us what you really learned last week. Just one, please. I'm waiting for us. I'm waiting for us, please. I'm waiting for us. One more person, one person, one person. Just unmute your mic and speak, please. Our trainer is actually in the room and is trying to get what we really learned. If we really passed on information to us, that's why we have this long sharing, the knowledge sharing session. And it will be a really disappointment to Mr. Ayola that no one person could unmute and speak about what they learned. Oh, Ibrahim, you're joining for the first time also. You're welcome. Okay, okay, please hold on. Mr. Steven, I'll check that again right now. Oh, you can go ahead to unmute now. Or just raise your hand if you'd like to unmute. Okay, Joseph, you're on transit. Okay, please just raise your hand if you'd like to unmute, please. Okay, Mr. Steven, please go ahead, Mr. Steven.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Damola. Thank you very much. I think I've been unmuted now. In addition to what I've said in the chat box, last week we also look at essential industrial standard and global organization, at least that global organization provide training. We look at ASIS, which is to provide training and confirmation, certification rather. ASIS is to provide training and certification for security professionals. We also talk about FISMA, that's Federal Info Security Modernization Act. Then we'll talk about IS 2020, which talk about competency modeling guiding and higher education. Then we talk about ISO/IEC 27001, which is worldwide standard. And Mr. Deakola also at least taught us on applying knowledge and ISC professional rules. I think he talked about CIO, which is for data, which talk about data as management. Then we talk about system analysis, IS security and risk management. He talked about cloud computing, and also I think he wrap up with essential competency in competency elements. Talk about personal effectiveness, academic foundation, workplace skills, then industrial wide technicality or thereabouts. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can we all give a round of applause for Mr. Steven? Thank you so much, Mr. Steven. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please, let's give Mr. Stephen a round of applause. You just summarized the whole class to us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, let me go to the chat box. Please, if you still want to unmute, so you can still speak, just raise your hand and you'll be unmuted. Joseph already replied to my question. Based on my definition, I feel an organization can adopt any because it facilitates improved structure, increased efficiency, enhanced security, etc. Oh, yes, you are right. You are right. You're right, Joseph. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, Fatima, I would be unmuting you right now. Okay, Fatima, please go ahead to speak. Oh, Fatima, I thought you raised your hand. Okay, okay. So now, oh, okay, Fatima. Now, really quick. Like I said, Mr. Ayola wants a really lengthful knowledge sharing session. He wants to know how far we actually went back to what we did last week. Briefly, who can just give us the five components of information system? Chat box, or you can go ahead to unmute. I think someone mentioned that five core components. Enoma, yes. What are the, who remembers? Please give us the five components of information system in the chat box, like Mr. Ayola mentioned last week. Okay. Yes, we have Enoma, yes, hardware, software, data, people, procedures. Yes. Thank you. I'm seeing a lot of people reply that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so um, we can speak briefly actually about any of this. Just pick two and tell us briefly what you think. You can pick hardware, data, software, data, hardware, software, data, people, and procedures. How are they essential components of information systems? I think Mr. Ayola took his time to take us through all of that last week. So please just pick two randomly and tell us briefly how are the essential components of information system. Please, let's do this real quick. By 11 on dot, Mr. Ayola will be taking up. We want to speak on this. Okay, sorry, someone said some of us joined late last week. We could not lay our hands on the recorded videos to enable us go through. Oh, the video was posted on the WhatsApp group, but it will be posted again, please. So sorry for that. But we have some people that went through it and some of us were in the class. So please, we can just reply to that. We have five components. We have them named in the chat box. Enoma named them, Ayolo Bamine named them, Tomiwa and Lawal named them. So pick two randomly and tell us how are they really components. Just tell us briefly about them. Or please go ahead on mute. Okay, Mr. Steven, please go ahead to speak, Mr. Steven.
Thank you so much, Mr. Damola. I think the hardware talk about, based on what he told us, the hardware talk about the physical and touchable aspect of the whole system. while the people are the people that use, the people talk about the users of the system, software applications or programs that runs the hardware, while data are raw facts. The procedure are set of instructions that governs the use of all other components. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, Michael, I will unmute you right now to speak. Okay, please go ahead to unmute now, Michael.
Yeah, thank you. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, just a quick one. I'm gonna just Mr. Ayala, thank you for what you've done so far. And I want to use human being as an illustration of that hardware, software, the data, and the woman. So the hardware is like our physical body that we see, while the software is our intestine, with the inner part of us, and the data are the food we eat. So if you look at this, if you leave the hardware alone, which is our body, everybody is saying it, but the hardware cannot function without the intestine, the whatever that we have inside of us. While even the intestine can also work. Over time, if you don't eat, you're likely going to die. So my point is, the hardware, that's what is carrying the whole thing that we say, but the software is what is giving us what we need. And we human beings, we are the operators. And this component cannot work without them being together at the same time. So that's what I have to say. Thank you.
Right, thank you so much. That was a really wonderful illustration, Michael. Thank you so much. Thank you. While Michael was speaking, I could see Teslim's hand was raised. Teslim, please go ahead to unmute and speak.
Yes, in addition to what my brother just said, I would like to just speak on the on people and the procedure. People are the individual who use the system, who use all other components like hardware, software, and data that maybe that they are the individual that use it collectively. So including end-to-end users, that is the IT professionals who develop and maintain the other components. So instruction, the procedure is the set of instructions and rules given to the hardware. So that's just my little addition to it, sir.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's really wonderful, Teslim. Do you have anyone else who wants to speak? Okay, I think I have some chats in the chat box. On normal side, how do the physical tools that helps us store, process information? Yes, that's about right. Lawal, how is the physical part of the system while software intangible programs and instructions that control the hardware? Yes. Thank you so much. Jonathan, please go ahead to speak.
Okay, good morning, everybody.
Yes, good. Please, can you be a little bit more audible? Thank you.
Okay, good morning. Can you hear me now? Is it better?
Yes, it's better. Thank you. Good morning.
Okay, now when you talk of hardware, you talk about the physical part, like every other person has said, that's the infrastructure needed for the whole operation. And of course, the hardware needs software for it to run based on the set of instruction given. That's the processing and the analysis. Then whether you talk about data, the fact, the raw information that is loaded onto it, aside that procedures too, then finally the crux of it all now is the people, because without people, the entire chain is not complete. So you still need people to provide context. You need people to interpret and make decision. In summary, that's what I have to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That really shows that we were in the class. Now, lastly, before we go, before we let, okay, Mr. Steven typed again. How do you have physical components, software applications, and programs? Yes, that are raw facts. Yes, people are users. Oh, yes, that is just what Jonathan just mentioned. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Stevie. And now, we have a lot of skills for information system rules. We're going to take a few minutes to list them out. Use the chat box. List. I want everyone to list at least one. At least one. Give us at least one uh, skill for IS rules, for information system rules. We talked about that. Mr. Ayola mentioned a lot. Please just go ahead to chat in the chat box at least one of these skills. At least one, at least one, at least one. This I want everybody. If you're in the last class, this should not be news to you. I want messages will be coming in already. I should be seeing a lot in the chat box. We really have Mr. Steven and Teslim speaking. Please, everyone else, Amaka, you in the last class, please give us, give us, give us, give us. Let's make this is a really long list. There's a really long list for that. All right, okay, yeah. So Mr. Steven started with personal effectiveness, cloud testing, cloud computing, system analysis, academic foundation, workspace skills, cyber security, system analysis, data analysis, academic foundation. Yes, I was mentioned cyber security, management. Yes, database management, cloud computing, network administration. Okay. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Yes, we actually uh, were in the class. Yes, IS security risk management. So, for a question that was asked, let's see how many of us are actually into any of these skills. Which of these skills do you think you actually fit into? Which of these skills actually resonates with you? So which of these networks actually, which of these skills actually resonates with you? I know we already mentioned a lot of them. So with what you're doing right now, I know some of us are really into IT or are looking to go into IT. Which of these skills do you think resonates with us? Then along with that, if you have any questions, please go ahead to unmute and speak. If you have any questions about the class, about the program, please go ahead, please go ahead, please go ahead. Mr. Ayola will be taking over in 5 minutes. We'll be taking over the class in 5 minutes. So please, if you have any questions about the class, about information system, there's something that was not clear, go ahead to unmute. Jonathan, are you trying to speak? Hello, Jonathan. Your hands are still raised. Do you please go ahead to unmute if you want to speak? If you have any questions. So if you have any questions, please, I'll be handing over to Mr. Ayola really soon. Please go ahead to ask your questions. Something that is not clear about the program, about last class, please go ahead as we prepare for today's session. Mr. Ayola is coming right up really soon. And we are all clear about the announcement, about the class, and we are all ready for today's class. If you're ready, please chat ready in the chat box. Let's go. Let's chat ready in the chat box, please. If you're ready for Mr. Your last session today, let's chat ready. Chat ready in the chat box. I should be seeing a lot of ready, a lot of ready, a lot of ready, a whole lot of ready. Yes, yes, I can see ready. Jacob is ready. Temitope is ready. Lawal is ready. Amaka is ready. Yes, Amaka is born ready. Jonathan is ready. Mr. Stephen always ready. Esther ready. Tomua ready. Covenant ready. Ambassador ready. Teslim is ready. Teslim, are we not going to write this like, oh no. Now for this program, the examination is going to be at the end of the classes. The examination and test is going to be at the end of the classes. So please take note of that. Fatima is born ready. All right. All right. Thank you, Teslim. Mary is ready. Audi is ready. Lawal is ready. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Mr. Ayala will be taking over. I'll be handing over to him in a few minutes, 2 more minutes. Please let's get our paper ready, get your Bibles ready, get everything ready for this session. Okay. So we have our trainer ready. Now, today we'll be considering, like I said, fundamentals of information system, a continuation. We all know our facilitator, the man of honor, our IT guru, our IS guru, our computer guru. Without further ado, please let's all give Mr. Ayola Diekola a round of applause in the chat box. I need to see those that's applause coming up, please. Let's give our hands for Mr. Ayola. Mr. Ayola, are you there? I'm not seeing us appreciating Mr. Ayola.
Good morning. I'm here.
Yes, welcome today, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. Good morning. Yes, good morning. I need to apologize to everyone for taking out almost an hour out of the time. I had another training that I had to be on. And, I just had to drop off just now. And thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please confirm you can hear me clearly and you can see me.
Yes, you're audible and can see you, Mr. Ayola.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. You know, as my what's it called? As my regular way of starting my class, I want to hear virtually everybody's voice. So all we just need to do is just in 1 minute. I know we've done introduction to what, sorry, a recap of what we've done in the last. Okay, let's do like this. If you were not here last week, can I just see your hands up? Probably if you're not here last week, thank you very much, Mr. Steven. If you're not here last week Saturday, let me see your hands up. Do you have anybody like that? Okay, Covenants, yeah, good. Do you have any other person who was not here last week? Okay, I can only see Covenants. Do you have anybody who was not here last week? Okay, Timmy talk about two, good. Do you have anybody that was not here last week? Okay, I can only see just two people. Okay, let's just assume only two people were not here last week. So I'm very sure they can watch last week videos. Though today is a continuation of what we did last week, and we are going to be having it much more practical during the course of this training this morning. Yes, it's going to be much more practical. Okay, Brian said I was not here last week. Okay, so let me just ask, do we really get the idea behind becoming an information system professional? Let me ask that question. So I'm going to be calling like 3 people to be able to talk to me at random. And just tell me, so now that we're starting information system training, do you really understand what information system really is, and how it's going to really benefit you professionally moving forward? Because we laid the foundation last week. So now let me first ask Mr. Tayo. Yes. So Mr. Tayo, I want to hear your voice. Are you there? Please let me allow Mr. Tayo to speak. So in just 1 minute, 2 minutes, or 1 minute or 30 seconds, just tell me what you really think information system really is, and how do you think it's going to benefit your work? Mr. Tayo, please let me allow Mr. Tayo to share, to speak up, please.
Yes, Mr. Tyler, you can go ahead to speak. Oh, I think he has been kicked off. Maybe his network went off.
Okay, let me call another person. Okay, Michael Kennedy. Yes, Michael Kennedy. Can I hear your voice? Can you allow Michael Kennedy to just quickly speak up, please? Hello, Michael Kennedy.
Yes, please, you can go ahead to unmute.
What's happening? People are not talking now. I thought we've done a recap, so people are not talking.
Yes, we have Miss Michael Adebayo. I think okay,
Okay,
is.
Thank you very much. Unoma want to speak for us, want to bill us out. So Unoma.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Sorry about the noise from my end though, but basically information systems, from my understanding, I think it just talks about using technology to organize and manage, improve how people and businesses work. And having a knowledge in information systems, from my understanding, to me, think it's teaches us how to solve problems using both technology and it talked about people. So I think human understanding in that, if that makes sense.
Okay. Do you have another? Thank you very much, Unoma. So to him, I get me. It's just about solving problems. Jonathan, thank you very much. Jonathan, please allow Jonathan to speak, please.
Okay. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good to have you on the call.
Let me stand on the same protocol. To me, what I understand by it, I think one of the benefits is it's going to help for career advancement. Yes, because it offers you a broad option, very broad option, because you learn a lot of things within just one umbrella, and still going to help you in productivity. You know how to apply technology to real life situations, real life problems, to help your decision making. And it will also help you to be able to align or connect with your counterparts in that same field, thereby improving you, personal development, and all of that. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So let me just take one more person. Then I'm going to be moving to what we have for today. One more person. One more person. Thank you very much, Jonathan. So one more person.
Yes, sir. For me, sir, I think information technology it assists a lot. Like in my home job now, is the backbone that allows me to monitor, detect, report, and prevent compliance breaches, and it is efficiently and effectively. So with it, I think it goes a long way.
Is that information security or information systems?
If I'm talking of information, everything together, information security and information system.
I like that. I like that. Yeah. Let me hear one more person. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
All right, sir.
Let me
Okay,
hear one
sir.
more person. Yeah. So, because one of the things that happens is that before we start this particular session, before we really move deeply into this session, we really need to understand what we are set to achieve. You know, we really need to understand what we are set to achieve. So I need one more person, one more person, one more person. I need one more person, just one more person to bail me out, please. One more person. Mary. Let me allow Mary to talk. I want Mary to talk. Okay, Mary, please unmute.
Can I speak? I don't know if I'm audible.
Okay, please speak. I can hear you.
All right, thank you.
Yes,
I think,
Michael.
hello?
Proceed, please. Proceed.
Yeah, I think it answers our strategic thinking and how system interact. Because if you look at the component, like before you came in, when our moderator was taking us through, we try to put in what we learned last week, the hardware, software, how this whole component interact. The information system help us to understand them better. And even myself, because I think, like I said, we've been having this general layman understanding of once you mention information system, you're talking about information technology, and also using this word interchangeably has been a problem for almost all of us. But now studying information system helps us to understand that it's beyond just technology now, and how the whole system, even how the whole system interact, including us, the data input and all of that. So I think that's what I have to say anyway. So
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Michael, for that. I remember last week we made a very, very funny example. I said, we want to compare information technology and information systems. And we said, which depicts information technology or system? Is it an engine or a car? So we had a vote. Did you remember? We had a vote. I said information system is the car. Why the what? Information technology is the engine. That is, information technology is just like a subset of what? Of information systems. That is one of the things that we do with information technology systems. Sorry, one of the things we do with information system is that we are able to get the tools, the right tools, to be able to create something, a system that works. An example of a system that works is an application, a product, a services, and the job of an information security expert or professional is to ensure that they are able to understand how those particular products, services, systems, application really works. And funny enough, in order to be able to understand those things, we said it last week, and we said one of the things that needed to be done is that what? They have to ensure that they use some tools to be able to achieve them. Did you remember, everybody? So now, let me move on to my slide. And then because of those people that have, let me say, that were not here last week, so I'll just do a very short recap. Then we'll go on a 15 minutes break. Then we'll come back. Then we'll come to do what we have for today, because I know you've been on the call for over 1 hour, and you're supposed to go on a break by 11:30. So I'm going to try and speed up this morning to be able to ensure that every one of us on the call, takes something home today, and we can be able to identify properly information systems, information security, and also information technology. I think that is good by us. So quickly, let me share my screen. Doing that right away. Okay. Please confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen, sir.
So thank you very much. So we remember that we said clearly that what are the definitions? Yeah. Okay, somebody's saying something.
Okay.
26.
Can I proceed? Can I proceed, please?
Yes, sir, please do. You can proceed, Mr. Yola.
Okay, thank you. So you remember we started with the definition of what information system really is. And clearly we were able to say that it only has 4 attributes when we made our what's it called? When we made our definition last week. I was able to say it's the process of what? Collecting, right? Or probably say identify, right? It's the process of what? Processing. Yes. Then that particular data or whatever information that you are able to identify, the next one is to be able to store them appropriately, and the last thing is to be able to distribute those data appropriately. So when you're talking about information system, you start to think about, okay, I have a project on my mind as an information system professional. And what is the project? The project is that I want to create a platform for okay, let's say an educational system or educational application, for example. Yes, in an educational application, every one of us know that currently in Nigeria, it is very, very unaffordable to really have a very good LMS in what? In schools and in study centers, in for personal study. It's very, very expensive to be able to get what? A very good LMS that will not bring unnecessary ads, that will not bring unnecessary trial period, that will not bring unnecessary USD conversion. I'm using Nigeria as an example. Yes, because by the time you say you want to implement an LMS for your organization, and you are looking at it per staff, and with the LMS is saying $20. Now you have like 20 students who need to use that particular LMS. That is 20 USD times 20 students. That is what? That is $400. Then you have close to like another let's call it 5 staffs that needed to be onboarded. That is, you need like 405 licenses or probably subscription. So when you now find out that all these things are too expensive, so multiply 400 or 400 and let's say $500. Yes, multiply $500 times 1,500 naira, which is the exchange rate in Nigeria currently. What do we have, everybody? 500 times $500 times 1,500 USD. What do we have, everybody? Can somebody assist me with that? So in Naira, we're trying to convert to in Naira. So what do we have? You have, yes, LMS. How much? 750,000. So now looking at, thank you very much, Jonathan. So looking at it from an average from an average school in Nigeria, do you think every month or every 3 months they can be able to cover 750,000 naira to be able to afford LMS application for their what? For their students or teachers? No. So now, your job as an information system professional is to be able to come and study that particular problem, which is what? Which is why it is not that particular LMS is not affordable for every what? For every schools. That is a very big problem. I'm using that as an example. So you cannot afford to do what? To be able to create more problems, but only solution. Don't forget that we have a problem and we're looking for a solution. And the solution is to be able to ensure that we have affordable LMS in Nigeria currently. And looking at it again, you can be able to say, okay, the problem you are trying to solve is that let each user be able to pay 1,000 naira or 2,000 naira for 3 months, which is going to be a session. And you find out that is very, very affordable by what? By virtually everybody in the what? In the school. So imagine you have 20 students and you have 3,000 naira. You're no longer spending it in dollars. That's how much? 20 times what? Times 3. That is, sorry, times 3,000. That's around 60,000. So compared to what? To the 750,000 naira that you will be spending. So now, as an information system specialist or professional, your job is to make decision, coordinate a decision, and help organization to be able to solve strategic problems. I've come in from the aspect of LMS. Let us leave the application now. Let's move to another one. Now, as an information system professional, let's go into advertising. For example, somebody calls you and tells you that, hello, how are you doing today? Please, we have been running ads for the past 20 years or 15 years, and we've been running short. Though we're making little money, but we've not been able to, gain a profit over the years. So what do you think that we need to do? It is your job to do the first thing, which is first collect all the necessary data or information that have been available initially. The second one is to ensure that you are able to process that particular information or data that have been supplied to you. Then the third one is to store them and do what? And distribute them accordingly. When I say distribute them, you give them to the relevant stakeholders. So one of the things that you need to understand is that you as a information system professional, the only thing that you use during this process of the 4 phases is they are called tools or essential tools. They are the things that helps you to be able to do what? To be able to identify, process, store, and be able to distribute that particular data or probably make the right decision, to be able to ensure that whatever product, whatever system that you are trying to create, meets a very nice and good MVP. I've given an example from educational application. We're going back to the educational application. We're going to go back to the advertising and so much. So looking at, last week we spoke about the health app during the COVID-19. And we said, people in the local areas, they couldn't think of from coronavirus. And what happened was that there was an application that was provided or that was created. You know, that application was able to help even people that cannot read to be able to what? To be able to really understand and understand what they need to do when it comes to prevention of COVID-19, but within themselves, the family, and their immediate environment. So we later found out that 60% of the elderly population in that area, they use the app eventually because they don't want to die. And when you hear COVID-19 and everything, everybody wants to know what it really is. Everybody really wants to know what it really is. So these are the things that we do as system information system professional. That is, we create a systems that would solves a problem, not necessarily the developer. Don't forget that you're not the developer. You are not the person that is going to write the codes. You're not the one that's going to write the UI UX. No, it doesn't concern you. But all the processes that are going to be involved in achieving a very valuable system. And I've told you from the beginning that it ranges from what? From application to every other part or unit of any system, even infrastructure. You need to do what? You need to be part of it by knowing those things. So that is what information system. And I also mentioned last week that we have basic 5 key components of what? Of information system. The first one was what? Hardware. Yes. So when you talk about hardware, you talk about all the physical devices. Example are your computers, your servers, your network, your storage. Then we talk about the software. The software includes your what? All the programs and applications that run on the hardware. We spoke about the data too. These are raw facts processed into what? Into meaningful information. And we talk about the people. They are the end users, the stakeholders, the IT professionals, and everybody that is going to be working around that particular system. And lastly is the procedure or the process. These are the rules and instructions that govern all the systems. Also, remember that we had an example of a coffee shop. Also, you remember very well. And we said that what do we really need in a coffee shop? The first thing that we need is that we need a point of sale application or system. That's the first thing that you need in what? That is identifying that particular problem. Then you also need customer preferences. What are the things that they whereby they can be able to switch from black coffee, to caramel. That's what the point of sale does. Then we have the ERP integration. I told you what the ERP integration does last week, that it brings in all the old functional units of that particular systems into one. So you have the reports, you have the account, you have the sales, you have the HR, you have the customer support, and every other one into one. That is the ERP integration. I will also have the Wi-Fi network, which the system can connect to either make it available online or probably interact with people that are online to be able to do what? To be able to purchase any coffee from that particular shop. So this is how you think. So you think about that coffee shop and you say, okay, what do we need in this coffee shop? So we need the point of sale. Okay, what other thing do we need? We need different products that people can choose from. That's the customer preferences. Then we have a system that can integrate everything that we have into one, so that we don't have to have silos of applications whereby that is reside differently between each other. So we also have the Wi-Fi network that can be used for people to access whatever people are trying to order from outside your shop. So these are some of the things that are needed in your coffee shop. So we also said that we also have different types of information. So we have the executive information system, we call it EIS, which deals with what the strategic planning for top executives. So these are the types of information that are being communicated. So whenever you are working on your system, so you need to group them into what? Into the types of the information that each level is going to be needing. So the first one is the EIS, which is what talk about or is related to only information that has to do with what with top executives. We also have another one that speaks to the what to decision support systems. So this one only talks to only the what the technical people. So you don't only to talk about that is your system or whatever you are trying to build, the documentation or probably the diagrams, the tools or anything you're going to do have to be able to separate them on each of these types of information system levels. So another one is the management information system. That is, it comprises of the reports, the summaries for middle managers. So you want to talk about what can people in the middle management have access to. That's the management information system. And the last one is what transactional process. This was what daily use, almost for general use, or call it general use for everybody on the what in the organization. So we also move to the historical. Then I'm not staying there, and uh I think we also spoke about the web evolution too. We spoke about the evolution. So we said we have web 1.0, we have web 2.0. Currently, we have web 3.0. Web 3.0 really deals more with cryptocurrency. Yes, it really deals more with cryptocurrency. So, but for web 1.0, we have the static website. Users could only read content, one way information flow. Then web 2.0, it was interactive website, user create and share content, the social media platforms emerges. Then currently we have the web 3.0. So let's look at the social media growth in the last couple of years. So currently all over the world we have 5.04 billion users of social media all over the world. We have 5.04 billion users. So people using social media around the world. As at 2024, this was the statistics. We also have the population of people are on social media currently, is 60. That is population of people that exist and use social media compared to people that population of people that uses social media compared to the population of people that exist is 62.3%. So virtually almost everybody all over the world uses the social media currently. And we have in the US adults, almost 97% owns phones as of January 2024. But in Nigeria or in African countries, this is not real. But you can say in Nigeria and some of the African countries, we only have just my own. I didn't put the statistics here, but which I can get for us, we should be able to have close to maybe 64%. Yes, 64% of adults that uses cell phones all over Africa. So let's look at system elements in action. So you know that in every system, there are four basic things that are needed. The first thing is to be able to put an input, then or insert an input, then that particular input is being processed, then it has an output which can be generated. That is the information that is being generated for users. Then the last one is the feedback by the user. So when I have a system, the flow of the system that I'm creating should be the first point of impact is the input. What are the data that are going to be filled into it? The next whatever thing that's going to be done next is processing of those particular data. And the next one is going to generate a very good information from that particular data that's been generated. And by the time you as the user gets it, then you can be able to provide back a very nice feedback. So let's look at information system operations. How does system operation works? We have it spans from data capture, that is gathering of data from various sources. We have data processing. We have data storage. We have all the five system operations that we have. These are all the five system operations that we have currently. Then what are the organization benefits of having a system, an information system professional in place? What are the organizational benefits? The first one is that there's going to be an improved efficiency. Yes, I told us last week that there's going to be what a reduced time, effort, and cost for business task. So whenever you are asking your engineers, you're asking your UI UX developers, you're asking your programmers to come up with an MVP application, the first person that needed to be contacted or met is you as a professional, because you are the only one that can really understand what they really are going to be needing. Most of the problems that we have with virtually all the systems, and the reason why it always fails at every time that we have a new system, is always because those particular organizations do not consult an information system professionals who will help them to really understand what that problem the application is solving. Don't forget that you as a person, your job is to what? Is to solve a problem. Nothing concerns us with developing, nothing concerns you with developing, nothing concerns you with writing the code, nothing concerns you with getting those infrastructure on ground. No, your own job is to ensure that the processes that is going to be made, the decisions that are going to be taken from the start to the finish of that particular project, or from the beginning to the end of that particular application development, is what is being carried out by you, who's the what, who is the information system professional. Another organization benefit is that it helps in making better decisions. Yes, you also know that, when instead of taking 5 years, 4 years, you will help them to be able to, reduce that particular effort to what? To like 1 month, 2 months. Another one is enhanced communication, increased productivity, and a competitive advantage. Another example of information system professional in a full delivery example is that whenever you come in as a professional, what is the first thing whenever you want to get food to be delivered to your house? You are trying to order something online. Are you getting me? Let's take that as a problem. So now in I think in Lagos, in all over Nigeria now, we have a very upcoming brand called Item 7. I'm very sure virtually everybody here on the call should know Item 7. You find out that Item 7 is now at almost every 500 meters walk to each other. They're always at every 500-meter walk to each other. So all you just need to do is that whether you like it or not, you can sit down in your house, order for food, and they will bring it to your doorstep. So now let's assume that this is a problem that we're trying to, solve. We already have the point of sale already. So we have the web application already. So now you are trying to solve people delivering food into their home, ordering food from the comfort of their home and delivering it to them by the food vendor. So the first thing that will happen is that when they come up either on the web application, either on the mobile application, or they come to the front of the counter, the first thing that's going to happen is that we are going to take up their orders. The next thing to do is that after taking up the orders, the restaurant or the food vendor process that particular request. After processing the request, then they collect payment, because I'm not sure there's any food vendor that does pay on delivery. No. You have to do what? You have to pay before delivery. And funny enough, you can even come up with payment payment on delivery. There's nothing like that yet. You can even come up with payment on delivery, but you need to put it right, so that people don't just take off your food or eat your food and not pay you back. Then lastly, is after you have done, after you've collected the payment, then you go to do what? You deliver that particular food. After you deliver the food, then you get what? A review from that particular customer. This is an example of a problem for what? For food delivery. Now let's look at some of the career opportunities that we have. Don't forget that I've told us that is not only those in the IT that can participate in this training. It can be either a technical role or a business focused role. That's a non-technical role. But one of the things that happened is that I remember that I mentioned very clearly that everybody on the call have to ensure that they understand the niche that they are working with. So now, talking about the technical roles, we talk about the software developers, we talk about the cloud computing engineers. Don't forget, we talk about which require in-depth computer knowledge. We spoke about that. Anything that require in-depth computer knowledge is what is called technical roles. And the non-technical roles, which is business focused, includes what system analysts, information system managers, business analysts, and so on and so forth. So these are less technical, but they have much more strategic thinking. So anywhere you find yourself creating any type of systems, and I said any type of systems include what? From technical to non-technical systems. You are creating a product. Look at it now. You work with OK Food, or you work with what other brand of food we have? Any one of them, and your job is to ensure that those particular you want to ensure that people accept that particular product. So before they even start anything, you as an information system professional will have sit down to be able to collect all the necessary data that are needed to be able to produce that particular type of product. Something is happening currently that I noticed now. Let me give you an example. Shortbread, the common shortbread, they've started a chocolate flavor. Formerly it used to be milky, so now they have a chocolate flavor. So one thing that they've done is that people don't buy the chocolate flavor. Yes, people don't buy it at all. They don't. So what they have to do, they stop producing, or probably even if you get to some supermarket shop, you won't be able to get the creamy one. So they started pushing the uh uh what's it called? They started pushing the chocolates. Now, the fact that people are still not buying it, then they now divided it into small pieces. So you can have the one you can buy for 500 naira. You can buy the one that can go for 1,500 naira. You have the one that can go for 2,700. Do you understand? You even have the one that you can buy for as low as 250 naira, the chocolate one. So at least instead of wasting money, you can use the test. Now, I can guarantee you now that they've been able to go back to where they are coming from. Now they've added the chocolate to it. People are now buying both the chocolate and buying both the what? Both the creamy one. What am I trying to tell you that as a system analyst, these are all the things that you should have figured out from the beginning of the production of that system. So you need to have understood, you will have seen it from the beginning. What will happen if people don't accept it? What are the things that needed to be done to be able to ensure that all the system that you are bringing out or you are creating is acceptable? Now, what are the future trends of information system analysis? You have the artificial intelligence, you have the blockchain, we have the Internet of Things, we have the edge computing. Yes, where that is processing of data closer to its sources. So we have the blockchain, that's the Web3. I think I told you that before. That's Web 3.0. We have the Internet of Things, that's a connected device collecting and sharing data. So we have the artificial intelligence, which is currently the trend now. So let's quickly do a quickly take away from everything that we have done. So, and that is in 5 summary. So we talk about the essential modern life, that is information systems are everywhere. So from leaving your room, from a coffee shop to your healthcare to developing a product, developing any form of application, developing anything, even an idea. Safe. So we have the five components of five core components of what? Of information systems. We have the hardware, software, data, people, procedure, and that makes the work very good together. We also have the organizational benefits, which include improved efficiency. We have the decision making, and we have the competitive advantage. And lastly, is that we have the career opportunities, both technical and business focused roles available. So before I go to question, remember we spoke about what are frameworks. Yeah, we spoke about the difference between frameworks and standard. Remember we spoke about frameworks and standard, and we said as a what? As an information system specialist, as an information system professional, as an information system expert, you need to understand difference between the framework and the what and the standard. I remember that I told us last week that framework is what is the structured guidelines and best practices, for developing, implementing, and managing processes. And also, I also told us that standard, what they are widely acceptable policies. And I said that example of standard include all the ISO standard that you see today. People come together and say, okay, all over the world, this is how it should be. So people agree that this is how it should be. This is what we want. So when you come from Nigeria and you are going to Ghana, it is still the same thing that you meet in Ghana. By the time you now move from Ghana, or you move from Ghana to maybe Kenya, or from Kenya you move to UK, or you go to the US, it is still the same standard that everyone follows. But the framework is just a guideline, an additional um uh set of rules that can help every organization to add to whatever standard that they are using. And I said most of the common ones that is very widely used currently is NIST, National Institute of Science and Technology. They are the most common. They set cybersecurity framework. They set password security. They set. Tell me which standard they don't set. They have different ones. So every organization can decide to go which of the frameworks that they like. But for standard, it is very important that you have some of them in place. So let's just look at a reward of a standard like this. Said USB ports. You all know that the USB ports follow a universal standard, and by the time you use your laptop and you are using Mac, or you are using Microsoft OS, or you are using any other OS, by the time you insert the same USB to it, every USB will work for each other. And don't forget that we have different USB that helps you to be able to what? To be able to charge, to be able to there's a different standard that speaks to charging, that speaks to sharing of data or sharing of information. All of them, they have different things, but they follow the same standard that guides them. So if you are developing your own, you have to always follow the standard that guides what? The creation of what? USB channels or ports. So example of frameworks, as I said the other time, we have Agile. You can decide to use Agile. I told you it's basically used for uh, project managers, and the step-by-step process of doing things. It follows a step-by-step process. It's in phases. Do you understand? It involves planning, designing, developing, testing, deploying, and then reviewing. And we have the code bits too. They also have the five processes, which is evaluate, direct, monitor. So I have the align, plan, and organize, and we have the build, acquire, and implement. And we have the ITIL too, which has a corporate documentation for IT management best practices. Also, we also spoke about the McKinsey 7S framework, which can also be used. All these are frameworks that guide whatever you are doing. So you need to talk about the staff and the people that are training, talk about the structure, that is the company hierarchy and the reporting. You have the strategy with the goals and plans to achieve them. You have the skills, which is the knowledge and competencies. We have the systems and the what and the styles. They also have the SIFIA skills framework or SFIA skill framework. So the SFIA skill framework gives us just 4 levels, to be able to determine how to be able to divide skills within an organization, how to be able to divide skills within an organization. I've said we have level 1 to 2, level 3 to 4, level 5 to 6, and we have the level 7, which talks about the top leadership and those that makes the policy in the organization. So let's go look at some of the key industry standards that we have that are very common, very, very common. So at one point at the other, you'll have heard of it. I think the most common one out of all this is ISO IC 9001, and that is quality management systems. Yes, quality management system. It ensures that every organization follows a qualitative approach to whatever they are offering as an organization. So even when you are selling ordinary water, sachet of pure water, just one drop, they want to ensure that that one drop is safe and good for what? For use by every person. That is QMS. We have the ISO 7001. We talked about the security standard for information systems. We have the FISMA. We talk about the federal security guidelines for government systems. We have the IS 2020. We talk about the curriculum standard for highest education programs. We also have, and so on and so forth. So let's talk about those people that use some of these standards. Don't forget, every banks that you see today have nothing less than 5 to 10 standard implemented in the organization, and they do a renewal of this implementation, which is called a yearly reassessment. They do it every year just to ensure that they are compliant. All the reason why we follow all these standards is because we want to ensure that it guides us to be compliant with what is in real use or existing all over the world. So you don't have to say, because I'm UBA now, or I'm GT Bank, or I'm First Bank, because I have a lot of people, then I don't have to implement some of this standard. So what do you need to do is to ensure that you follow what it's on ground to be able to guide you to be able to do what you're supposed to do, which is creating systems that is usable to everyone. So why standard matters? I mentioned it: compatibility, quality assurance, and we have to risk reduction, and we have information system professional rules. Yes, this we did last week, and I think some of us were able to identify where we are going to be filling for the roles we are going to be filling. And I've also mentioned it the other time that there are some of this that they are also low levels. But for you, you are a professional. So as a professional, you can now decide to become a chief information officer. So that is going to help you to establish overall information system strategy and compliance within your organization. And we have the database management. It also helps you to be able to organize and retrieve stored data. And lastly is the security risk management, which help you to protect data against cyber threats and data breaches. All you need to do, don't forget, you are not the one doing them, but you are the one that will help them achieve the necessary steps to be able to achieve that particular goal. So what do you use? It is your what? It is your it's the tool that we're going to be using during these sessions. We have some of for example, for career example, we have for system analyst, the education, we have the IS degree, which following IS 2020 standards. We have the entry level is level 1 to 2. That's severe level. We have the mid career, we have the senior role. So all these are just to show you the level that you can get to if you are able to do any of this. So for you to be in the education level, which is going to be what you need, the things you really need is to be a system analyst, the first thing that you need to do is that you have to have either a business or a bachelor degree, an OND, ND, or whatever qualification that you call it, in a probably information system or relevant um discipline. Then you are able to also write an exam or certification on IS 2020 to become a system analyst. Then we also have the entry level. When you say you are doing you are in level 1 to 2, that means that you only follow the established procedure. For mid-career, you can be able to design system using frameworks. So for senior role, I think for everyone on this call, we will be on the mid-career. Yes, we'll be on mid-career. So after this, then you can become a senior role, because you are going to be learning how to be able to design all the systems, to use frameworks and the standards, and you're going to use all the necessary tools to be able to do what? To be able to achieve them. So let's just say for this level, we all are going to be at the mid-level career of what's it called? Of designing system using necessary frameworks. So I've told you about choosing the right frameworks. What you need to do is that you need to choose the project type. Yes, is it project management? Is it for a project management unit an agile for software development? Is it waterfall for construction? Do you understand? Is it waterfall for construction? Do you need do you want to know the organization size? So use your ITIL for large enterprises, similar frameworks for startups. And we have the industry requirements. And I've told you the other time that for everything that we're going to be doing, we need what? We need the standard that guides them. We need the standard that guides them. That is what? That is either FISMA for government or as 27,000 around financial services. So let's look at the framework implementation process. For every implementation of every of the standard or framework that you see, it follows just 5 processes. It follows just 5 processes. If you are going to be implementing any standard or framework in any organization, either it's with 7,001, FISMA or any other one, 9,001, 27,032, 27,017, 27 uh, uh, to 3,032 and so on, you have to ensure that you do what? You follow these 5 processes. The first one is going to access current state. For our implementers, we call this access current state the gap assessment. This is where we want to check what is currently in existence in your organization. So please, everybody on the call, I would like you to just take a screenshot of this particular screen, so that's going to help you whenever you want to start anything. You want to start you want to build a system for a very a very functional systems that meets an MVP for any organization. You need to take these 5 processes into play. The first one is to assess what they really currently have, to be able to ensure that you are able to identify what they are doing wrong or what they really need to do right. The second thing is that you choose a framework that's appropriate for that particular niche that you are working on. Do you understand? So if you're in the financial services, you want to talk about ISO 27,001. If you're in the construction company, you want to talk about ISO 9001, and so on and so forth. If you're in the federal parastatal, you want to talk about FISMA, and so on and so forth. So you need to choose the right framework or standard that really speak to that niche that you are working on. Then the next one is, after selecting it, then you need to educate all the staff, on the framework principles and the best practices, and then implement it gradually, and then ensure that you have a continuous improvement. So come up with the common implementation challenges. Don't worry, I will allow it to go on a 15 minutes break right now. And then when we come back, then we'll move into a conversational style of engagement, because my job here is to ensure that everybody on this call really understand what is ahead of them. I really need to prepare you. I really ahead of what you are going to be doing. You're going to be doing. So come up with the implementation challenge that we used to have. Probably it's just common. There's always a resistance to change. Sometimes some employees choose previous ways to do things. They choose the old method. So it's just like when now that we're using artificial intelligence for virtually everything. So people still believe that they still want to go back to that stage where they can be able to do what? They can be able to pick up uh their pen and their piece of paper and be writing everything for days. Now that you just need to tell artificial intelligence your idea and it's going to develop everything for you. And we have lack of training. We have lack of training. Insufficient understanding of framework principle. A lot of people don't even understand which framework or what framework is really needed to be what to be chosen or used for that particular niche that they are going to be building a system for. And another one is poor communication. Yeah, you know that framework benefit not clearly explained. It will not work. Do you understand? If people don't really understand what you are trying to achieve, it will not do what? It will not work. So, some of the success stories of using information system professionals include Netflix. Its rapid growth required. I've given an example. This is for IT infrastructure. I told you about that initially. We have um, a lot of organizations that have done that, and they've used information system professional to be able to guide whatever they are going to do, and those professionals used the right framework to be able to guide them on what to achieve. And now you know what Netflix is virtually all around the world. Let's go talk about some of the professional development certification. We also spoke about this last week, and we said that you need to join professional organizations. Yes, there's going to be an international recognized certificate, which is going to be a diploma certificate that was going to be given to you by Transformation College. Yes, but you still need to do what? To join some other professional certification, because you have to always do what? You have to always know what is currently in trend, what's currently in need, and what you need to know for the future. And even imagine threats, you need to really do what? You really need to identify all of them. Then pursue the certifications. Yes, when we say pursue the certifications, once you join the professional body, ensure that you do what? You write some certification. It's very good for you. It's very good for you. And then don't forget, don't stop learning. Don't stop learning. Don't stop learning. So, if you are going to be traveling now today, you want to work with any international organization today, you want to work with any organization today, one of the things that they are going to request from you is that they want to know if you have a standard certification in place. They will ask you what are the certifications that you have in place. Another one that they are going to ensure is that this particular standard will now help you to be able to do what? To be able to relate with other organizations outside your what? Your shop, outside your country, even outside where you are currently. If you are not even in your country, anywhere you are, you'll be able to relate based on what the framework says. So nobody can just come to you and just be doing anything. There should be a principle, a basics that guides what the development. And lastly, is that it's going to be very easy to be able to implement, because what is being done here in Nigeria is what's being done in Ghana, is what's being done in South Africa, is what's being done in the UK, is what's being done in the US, is what's being done everywhere, even in Saudi Arabia and everywhere in India, in China, everywhere in Japan. So they use the same standard and cuts across all dots. So now, we've spoken about the future trends already. We've spoken about the future trends already. And one of the things that we need to understand is that for information system professionals, you need to understand which framework speak or which standard speak to that particular system that you are trying to build. Do you understand? The another one is that you need to ensure that you get the certification. We said that initially, and ensure that every time you are able to choose the right framework based on the project and whatever needs that needs to be attended to. So on this note, I'm going to be pausing for 15 minutes. We are going to be coming back by 12:20. So we're going to be going on a break. So when we go on a break, we're going to be having a heart-to-heart talk about information system, its use, and what to expect for future encounters. So thank you very much, everyone. Emmanuel, over to you now.
I have a question.
Okay. Can we make it when we come back from the break, please? So that I just want us to have time to continue. Is that okay?
Okay, no problem.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So because of the time, so let's collapse it to that interactive session. So from 12:20, everybody be here. Everybody go take water, take your tea, take whatever you want to take, ensure you are back here by 12:20. Thank you very much, everyone. Good morning.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Ayola. That's really great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we'll be going on 15 minutes break. We'll be back by 12:20, right? 12:20, yes. So please take your coffee, take your tea, and take a walk, and we'll be back. Thank you. Station right now.
Confirm you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay. Okay, welcome back everyone from the short break. So I think we have a question, right? Let's start with that.
Yeah, hello. Please, can you hear me?
Very clearly, sir.
This is Michael from Ghana.
Okay, good afternoon, Michael.
Yeah,
Good
yes,
morning. Good morning. It's good morning, Ghana.
yes, good morning. Yeah, please, my question is, there are two questions. The
Okay.
first one is, thank you for clarifying to me that this one is not about writing codes. Initially, I was thinking we are going to write codes. I didn't know that we are going to use tools to solve problems.
Okay.
Yes. So, what, per my understanding, you first identify the problem and gather the information, then you use the tools to solve the problem. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, using the tools to solve the problem, how is this different from the artificial intelligence? And secondly, you said you use tools like maybe apps or web to solve the problems. So in a scenario like maybe a bread seller or someone who bakes bread, a baker, who plans to maybe a location where he can find that maybe there's no one selling bread or bakes bread, and he comes up with the idea that maybe he's going to bake bread or sell bread at that location without using any tool, just physical presence and using the physical presence to buy and sell. How is it? Is it also qualified as this thing, information system? Thank
No.
you.
No. One thing that you should understand is that what qualifies you as an information system professional is not only about anybody, it's not anybody solving problem. Are you getting me?
Okay.
It's somebody using a tool. Are you getting me? Who has a well in depth of what standard fits to that particular tool.
Mm.
Do you understand what I'm pricing now? So it's going to
Yeah.
say you have the tool, you have the standard of framework that guides what that particular products that you are trying to build. Do you get what I'm pricing now? Then
Yeah.
you can qualify. So not just anybody, a bricklayer will just come over and say, no, you go and look at, let me give an example now. Looking at all these local breads, right? Look, if you look at local breads around you in Ghana, and look at some of these supermarkets, right? Who do you think make more money? Let me ask you that question.
The local bread,
Why do you say the local bread make more money?
because they're everywhere and it's easy access.
Supermarket make no money.
Somebody say something now.
Someone
Adebayo.
I said supermarket make more money.
Okay, wait, we have to Michael now. Wait, though. We have Michael Kennedy and Michael Adebayo. I like this. Okay, so now, let's start from Michael Kennedy first. You said the local people make more money, right? Let
Yes,
me
because of easy access.
wait. I'm coming. Wait. Michael Adebayo said supermarket make more money. So
Make
let
more money,
us
yes.
just suppose this idea and let us see why. So let Michael Kennedy first say his own. So why do you say they make more money, Michael Kennedy?
Yeah, because for supermarkets, their location is different. For the local breads, there's easy access to get the bread, and everyone can go there at any time. But in the supermarket, the location and the distance may hinder their making money.
Okay, so Adebayo, let us hear your own opinion.
Yeah, supermarket make more money because they repackage, they rebrand, and the set of customer they sell to. Like a local brand can
That
be
is it.
making the
You've said the
same bread
answer.
of 1,000,
That is
while
it. That is it. You've said the answer.
they
The brand,
make more money.
the packaging, they make more money than local breads. I can tell you that for you. The reason why I'm also going to tell you that they make more money is because the kind of bread that come out from that, the kind of people that buy the common bread, they cannot buy the one in supermarket. If I'm
Yes,
buying, if I go to what's it called? If I'm going to buy bread in the local market, are you getting me? I'll buy one in supermarket before I buy like 5 in the local area. Are you getting what I'm trying to say now? So you buy one
yes,
bread in the supermarket, you buy like 5 in the local area. So the people that brought about that particular idea or system in place for the supermarket, they're information system specialists. Do you get what I'm trying to say now? So these people
okay,
are trained to be able to help organization build a system that works. Don't forget that they're not the one that will be producing the bread. They're not the one that will be selling the bread. No, it doesn't concern them. Their own job is just to ensure that they look at it from a very intrinsic point of view, and their end point is to ensure that it converts back to an MVP, most valuable product for what? For that particular organization. So do you understand what I'm trying to say now?
yes.
So what's your first question again before I move on?
The information system and the AI using the tools to solve problems, is it related
No.
to
You
education?
can also use artificial intelligence. It's a tool. It's not limited. Do you get what I'm trying to say now?
No, I'm
You
saying,
can
is
also
it
use it.
related? Are they the same? Because they are both
No.
using tools to solve problems,
No,
so are they the
artificial
same?
intelligence is a tool. It's not the professional. Artificial intelligence can make mistake. Do you get what I'm trying to say now? But a
Okay,
professional does not make mistake because by the time it goes through all the 5 stages of processing of the information, you find out that he is going to arrive at a place where he can be able to sell a very good product to their users.
okay,
Do you understand? So artificial is
okay,
just a tool. Let's just say one of the tools. Just say one of what of the tools. It's just one of the tools. Exactly.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. Any question, anybody? Any question?
So can we say artificial intelligence is a subset to information system?
Yeah, it's one of it.
Sorry, one more question. Are we going to be doing anything concerning hardware on this?
Yes. If you are going to be building an hardware, don't forget that it's not your job to do what? To build. Are you getting me? Eh?
Yeah, I'm with
Are
you.
you getting what I'm saying? It's not your job to. You can be part of those people that build also. You can be a developer and become an information system professional, yes, it's an added advantage. As a CTO, you cannot be building. You get what I'm trying to say now? As a cybersecurity analyst, it's not your job to go and be able to start identifying what's it called, vulnerabilities or attacks. Your job should be to be able to ensure that all your infrastructure, are you getting me, are designed properly to be able to ensure that there's no form of attack coming inside. That is your job.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, let me quickly show you some things on my screen again. As we move on. We have, okay, we've said this initially, you know, okay, remember we also spoke about why IT and the information system both matters. Don't forget, like the way Michael said that what about artificial intelligence and information system? You can't take them out because it's the tool that can help you to be able to achieve at wherever you are going. Do you understand? So it's IS without IT. All of us know that is no, because IT is inside what? Inside information systems, right? So they're great ideas, but no way to build them. That is IS without IT. That is, you have great ideas, you have a great ideas, but you don't know how to build them. And don't forget that I said initially that you might not be the one, because you're not a developer, doesn't mean that you cannot be an information security professional. So IT without IS. So IT without IS now means that there's a powerful technology, but doesn't meet user needs. That is IT without information what? Information systems professional. So powerful technology, that there's a technology in place, but what? But doesn't meet what? User need. That's the difference between the local bakery and the supermarket bakery. It's just that some people are just there. Their job is just to be producing 200 naira. I buy bread of 2,000 naira. That means I have to buy 10 bread before I buy one bread. Do you understand? So if I'm going to be selling 20 bread, I can tell you that the local factory cannot have sold 200 breads. Do you understand what I'm trying to say now? So that's just the comparison between the two of them. So is IS and IT together? Yes, they are perfect combination. That is the user-focused solution with solid what? Technology. Talk about the career paths in information systems. Talk about system analyst. You can become a system analyst. You can become a database administrator. You can become an information system manager. And all the need skills that you need to develop yourself. You need technical skills. We said it last week. And I remember I told everybody on the call that one of the things that you should ensure is to not go into a niche that you don't know. Don't forget that. Whenever you want to, there's a product that is being developed or is about to be developed, ensure that you don't do what? You don't go to a niche that you don't know much about. You don't go to a niche that you cannot interpret the framework that guides its existence. You don't want to go into a niche that you don't even understand which of the standard that speaks to that particular niche. Do you understand? So you need technical skills, you need business skills, you need communication skills, you need problem solving skills. And one of the things I love in these problem solving skills is when you use an hybrid in project management. That is the agile and the waterfall framework. You know, when you use the two together, So whenever there's a problem, you don't have to stay strictly to whatever you've documented or you want to go through. You should be able to find alternative to solving those problems, but it still has to fall according to what the standard is really saying. So you must have a big problem solving skills. That is, you should be able to analyze issues, creative and create what effective solution. So let's go look at um practical example of use university registrations. Okay, so what is the problem? The problem is what? Is students struggle with paper-based course registration. So what's the job of the information system specialist? So you design an online system that's easy for students to use. Do you understand? You design an online system that is very easy for students to use. Don't forget that, as I said the other time, the preliminary stage before it now go to the implementation stage is what really concerns you. That is to be able to ensure that you have a product that meets the necessary needs. Most of the application developers that we have, most of the software developers that we have, most of the engineers that we have, they don't always have the opportunity to really understand what people want. The people that understand it is the people that develop that particular system. That's the information system professionals. They're the one that understand that particular problem. But then you tell them they get in on their board, they use the right tool to be able to interpret whatever you want, then they give it over to whoever is going to be implementing, and they're able to get what. So then after that, then the IT implementation takes off their job. Can you see there? Then they build the web server, they build this website, they build the database, they build the structure based on what you as the IS professional has already documented for them. Do you understand? So then they have the results. They have the results. As the students register for classes quickly and easy online registration. So we have development of labor and the competency model. I think we spoke about this last week or so. You can check up the material. We also have why IS professionals are in demand. Yes, why is information system professionals are in demand. Don't forget that your job is to do what? Is to create a most valuable products. And you are solving problems. Yes, there's no organization that has a product that doesn't have an IS professional in it. Yes, there's no organization that you see today that has um though some people use other people's success story for their own, that was different. But when it comes to developing a product that is going to stand a very long time and is going to be used across board, then an information system professional are needed. So 97% of organizations, yes, they
I think Mr. Ayola's network tripped him off. Please let's give him a moment to reconnect to the call, please. So why, yes, Mr. Ayala is off. Please give him a moment to reconnect. And while we are waiting for him, please, everyone, please endeavor to fill in the attendance form. The attendance is the criteria for evaluation for this course. Please. And to reply to the message in the group, on the chat, sorry. Okay, you're asking us to share the slide ahead of the class, but there's a reason the management has decided not to do that. So after the class, the slides will be shared and we can all just get on the slide. Thank you. So please give Mr. Ayola a moment to join back.
Please confirm you can hear me, please.
Yes, we can hear you, Mr. Ayola.
Yeah, because I'm very sorry, my system
Yes, we
just
can hear you.
Yeah, my system tripped off. So I'm fully back now.
Okay.
Mm. Yeah, confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, you can see your screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Yeah, thank you very much. So as I was saying that 75% of organizations use information systems for daily operations. So we also have job growth has really increased in 15%, and an average salary, for those people earning in dollars annually, they earn like 95,000 US dollars. They earn like 95,000 US dollars. So let's quickly look at the key takeaway from this. So we have the business needs, we have the IS professional, and we have the technology solutions. So how it makes it happen. That is, it's really technology that really makes everything that we are doing, and as information system professional to be able to uh so let's look at the success formula for you as a professional. So for you as a professional, you will be able to combine both an information system and IT, then it's going to give you what? It's going to give you a total success. So that is understanding people, then understanding the technology, and you'll be able to create the solution that works for everyone. So you're able to create the solution that works for everyone. As I said the other time, the future of information system is very in high demand. Almost virtually all organizations, they are hiring, they're recruiting professionals who have an idea in building systems. Yes, in building systems that really works for their organization. They don't just want to be coming up with products. They don't just want to invest billions of dollars, and at the end of the day, it won't work or worth it. So then there's a career growth. Yes, multiple paths from analysts. So you can decide to work in any niche as a professional. So it's not limited. So it's not like you are only limited to software application. It's not only that you have the technical and the not technical. So you can decide to choose whichever path that you want to go. Then there's a real impact. Then why do we do all these things? It's because we always have a desire to solve a problem. What concerns you as a person is that you want to solve a problem. So from now henceforth, I think moving forward in this training, the people on the call should be able to do what? Should be thirsty of finding problem and using the tools that are going to be learned to do what? To solve all of them. So what's the global importance of information systems? And understand what globalization means. And that is the process of allowing all businesses to work worldwide. And when we say worldwide, we mean you talk about the international sales, you talk about the services, you talk about the exchange of ideas. And that organizations have to always compete with each other, like we did the other time. Example is just when you have ShopRite in part of Nigeria, and you also have Spa. Do you understand? They are two big brands, but they compete with each other. Do you understand? So it is their information system professionals that gives them products that does what? That is going to have the right, that's going to solve people's problem. Yes, it's going to solve people's problem. I can assure you, for these guys that I mentioned their name the other time, item 7 that I said the other time, when you look inward, they have an information system professional that works with them very closely. Yes, they have it that works with them very closely, because you find out that they are solving real-time problem. And what are the problem? Distance. What are the problem? Quality. What is the problem? Accessibility. Do you understand? And you can get it with just a single call. And you can even do a walk-in if you want to do a walk-in. So why information system should be global? Everybody knows that it's enabling start world information sharing and collaboration, 24/7 operations, and the business growth. So I have some things I want us to talk about before I move on, or probably before we close this session. And I have I prepared some few things. Yes, yeah. So the first question is, or not really a question that I would really like us to talk about, is why I'm going to be doing this, because I want to ensure that we've solidified um our uh our interests. Do you understand? We've solidified what it really means to become a software, that's why I say software and information system professionals. So if you are starting a business now, for everybody on the call, if you are starting a business, so we would like to know your business now. Do you understand? We would like to know your business. So I want to ask that, what kind of information system will you need first, and why? Because what I want to know is, I want to talk about is, have you ever thought of any standard that you really need to, put in place for your that you need to put in place for that particular business? You want to talk about the quality assurance, you want to talk about the security, you want to talk about the software testing 25012, you want to talk about, and a lot of things. So, or you want to talk about the business continuity. Are you getting me? So, what have you thought, or have you ever thought of anything in the new business that you want to? So, um which of the information system we like to put into place? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Or somebody wants to.
Mr. Olasa, please, can you come again? I didn't get the question clearly. I didn't get it correctly. Please, can
Imagine you are
repeat the question?
starting a small business. Let me share my screen again. Sometimes I'm tracking your money will be the most important. Thank you very much, Enwa. So imagine you are starting a small business. What kind of information system will you need first? What kind of information system will you need first? I'm sharing my screen. What kind of information system will you need first? I think NOR has helped us with the first one, that is the transaction processing system, like your POS, like your record sales, and other things. So it's going to be needing that. So any other person want to help us with that again? So for your business, which of the information system do you think you'll be needing? Is it a CRM? Let me help us. Getting customers. Thank you very much. Getting customers. Is it the ERP? Is it the TPS? Which one? Let me try and take us back there. So you have an idea of what to really go out for. I'm listening. Some people have helped me out. Thank you very much. Someone said TPS. Somebody says CRM. Yes, customer relationship management. Like this. I'm tracking your money will be the yes. Aside the attendance. Okay. Okay. Getting customers. Okay, somebody also sent me something. POS. Okay, that should be part of the ERP. Yes, that should be part of ERP. It's going to be part of the ERP. So now let us talk about something said. So if, for example, you want to keep records, you want to keep sales, you want to track your payments, you want to manage your inventory. Do you understand? So, sir, which one is AIS? Mr. Steven, which one is AIS? Can you expatiate on the AIS, please?
No, sir. Yeah,
What is it?
accounting information system first. Accounting information system first.
That's what is, yes.
I will use
Yeah,
that.
that
I will
was
use that to track my income, expenses, and cash flow.
okay. Okay, thank you very much. That's accounting information system. So that's also part of the TPA, that's transaction processing systems. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Steven. So all these things, you want to pick those tools to be able to ensure that you are able to manage all those things properly. Otherwise, I think training your staff, LMS, yes, because you can't do everything alone as a business goal. Yes, that's an LMS. You introduce an LMS. Do you understand? A learning management system. You introduce it to your organization, and at the end of the day, they will be able to do what? They will be able to be very effective in their what? In their operations. So thank you very much, everyone. So don't forget, we've talked about LMS, we've talked about CRM for customer relationship management, we've spoken about ERPs, we've spoken about TPS, and so on and so forth. So you can also go back and check it up subsequently. So now I have a question. What skills do you think are most important for someone working in information system? What skills do you think is very, 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 very important for someone working in information system? Like, I mean, total team management. Okay. Okay, I like that. Total team
Problem
management.
solving.
What is it?
Problem
Problem solving. Thank you very much. Problem solving. Thank you. Another person. Collaboration. Good.
Analytic and communication skill.
Analytical and communication skills. Thank you very much. You can also say analytical thinking. Thank you very much. Any other one? I need one. I need one. I need one. Just one. I need one. One more. Okay, let's make it two. Make it two. Let's make it two. Okay, we'll talk about problem solving, collaboration, communication, critical thinking. Thank you very much. I need two more. There's two more that I'm seeing. Data analysis. Okay, 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 okay. What other one? What other one? Can somebody help me out? No, 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 that's a two. No, 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 no. Okay, so you can talk about technical knowledge, business analysis, or adaptability. So the skills that you must have, I've also mentioned it during the course of the training also, is you must have the problem solving skills, communication skills, collaboration skills. You must have the technical know-how. You must be able to, adapt to whatever that you are doing. Ability to bridge technology and business. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So now let's quickly move to Nigeria. For those who that are not in Nigeria, we can tailor this particular question to your country. Yes, and that is, how can information system help solve real problems in Nigeria? Do you understand? Because don't forget that the major reason why you are an information system professional is because you are solving problem. And your problem solving is not restricted to what? It's not restricted to a particular niche. So you can decide to solve any form of problem. So now looking at Nigeria problem currently, looking at Ghana problem currently, looking at Kenya, looking at UK problem currently, anywhere you are, all over the world, and you're on the call, let's go talk about how do you think information system can help solve real problems in Nigeria? Let me give an example. Remember, I've mentioned that it has helped in improving healthcare, right? And I've also mentioned this morning that it can also help in improving educational system. So let's talk about what are the other real problems that you think information system can solve in Nigeria or in Africa. Over to you now, everybody.
In terms of insecurity in Nigeria,
Thank you very much. Insecurity in
information
Nigeria.
system, information system can help in real-time monitoring of event or incidents. I think.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Insecurity is a very big time challenge. So, and as an information security expert, you need all the data that are needed to be able to what? To be able to get this problem solved. So the tools that I'm going to be using, I'm going to assure you, is going to help you to be able to, have a right thinking perspective to be able to solve that particular solution, to solve that particular problem, and give a long-standing solution. Somebody says allocation of resources, very apt, very apt, can help cut digitization for easy access to justice. Sincerely, it is a very big case. Imagine we have a lot of people still in the prison and they've not even heard their case for more than 10, 15 years. Yes, it's really going to help courts to be able to digitize their justice systems. It's really going to help them to be able to digitize their justice system. Thank you very much, Fatima. Thank you, Jonathan. Michael said for healthcare improvement, yes, population, it's a very big thing. Like somewhere like Nigeria, I'll be using Nigeria because I'm in Nigeria, for example. We've always said we are over 200 million people. It's just by what's it called? By just assuming. When last did you do our population census? We cannot even get it. But there's something that can be done to be able to ensure that we get real-time population in Nigeria. We have birth rates, we have death rates, right? We have people that are still living. So we can be able to really get plus or minus a 95% solution to population problem in Nigeria. Thank you very much, Jonathan. That's deeply thought. Said it's unemployment and skill gaps. Yes, IS can support remote work, online education, and tech driven. These are some of the problems that you are going to be doing what you are going to be engaging with during the course of this training. I want to assure you that don't sleep on anything. All you just need to understand is that you need to pick that niche to be able to guide yourself from the beginning to the end. Then, whatever ideas, whatever framework that you're going to be taught, whatever aspects of the problem you are going to be solving, all you need to know is that what you are creating a system that works. You are creating a system that works. Thank you very much, everyone. Now, when we talk about project management, let's talk about project management now. Thank you very much. Okay. I saw refereeism on the screen now, so I wanted to say something, but I was wrong. So now, everybody, when we talk about project management, what frameworks come to your mind? What framework come to your mind to be able to do what? To be able to create that particular system using from a project management view. What framework comes to your mind? Everybody, what framework comes to your mind for project management? Yes, I'm listening. For project management, what frameworks sound most useful for project management? Everybody in the chat section. I'm going deeper now. Thank you very much. Agile, Jonathan. Agile. No, not resource allocation. It's agile. We have one other one. There are two there. We have two. Waterfall. Yes, you can also use Scrum. Yes, you can also use Scrum. So we have, and funny enough is that you can use any of them together. You can, we call it we call it hybrid. Yes, we call it hybrid. That is the combination of agile and waterfall, or you can say agile and Scrum, or you can say agile Scrum and agile, and so on and so forth. When you combine two frameworks together, it's called hybrid. Thank you very much, everyone. That's hybrid. Now, for security, I mentioned it the other time. Which standard comes to mind for information security? Which standard comes to mind? Which standard comes to mind for information security? Everybody, which standard comes to mind for information security? I'm waiting. Which standard comes to mind for information security? Which standard comes to mind to be able to guide you as an information system specialist? I'm waiting. 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 Somebody bail us out. No. ISO 27001. Thank you very much, Mr. Tayo. Yes. ISO 27001. ISO 27001. So when it comes to security, the standard that comes to your mind is what? Is ISO 27001. What about for federal governments? Yes. The standard that speaks to federal security guidelines. What standard? Yes, FISMA. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, everyone. Should I continue? Everyone? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we have types of information system, right? Remember all the types of information systems that we mentioned both last week and today. I'm trying to use my material to judge the questions that I'm going to be giving out. 1 second. Okay, the types of information systems that we have. Remember, I said we have the transaction processing system, right? The TPS. And what does it do is that it helps us to handle everyday business task, right? Like buying, selling, and payments. So, and we said we have the management information system. Please listen very well. I have a question there. Management information system. And what does the management information system? That's the MIS. What does it do? Is that it takes data from TPS and turn it into reports for managers, right? Now, please listen up. Now we have the DSS. That is the decision support system. So what does it do? Is that it helps with complex decisions using data and what and models. I'm trying to look for where it is on the material here. And we have the ERP, that's the enterprise resource planning, which connects all departments, finances, HR, and everything. So we have the customer relationship management, which is what? Which is the CRM. And what does that one does is track customers' interaction and helps them improve their services. Then we also have the knowledge management system. That is the KMS. You know, like your the stores and share knowledge across the organization. Example is your LMS and other ones like that. So now here's the question. Please listen to this. What type of information security? What type of information system? Sorry, what type of information system do you think is most important in a hospital and why? What type of information system, what type of information system do you think is most important in hospital and why? So this particular question is also available. I'm looking for the types of, yes, this is it. You have the EIS, DSS,
Health
MIS,
information system.
TPS. What is it?
Health information system.
No, there's no health information system. I've already mentioned, I think I mentioned 6 just now. So we work based on the ones here. You can look at the screen. So which of these, okay, let's use these 4 types of information system is very important. Like out of these 4 now, which one is very, very, very important in a hospital? Which one of these is important? Why? Amaka, why? Okay, Michael said same thing. Michael, why? This is for proper patient management and improvement basis. Okay. Okay, everybody say MIS. Okay, can't we have more than one? This is for record keeping. Okay, TPS. Why? In the hospital, do they sell something? Do they? Okay. If I have something to give to anybody, I think I'll give it to Covenants. Yes, the DSS and the MIS. the DSS and the MIS. These two, others are very important. Others are very important, but these two are very, very important. The DSS and the MIS. For everybody that says MIS, yes, it is correct. Do you understand? But for technical decisions to be made by doctors who are the senior managers, the DSS systems are also very, because it will help, and it will help, what's it called? It will help to manage all the patient record and support medical decisions. That is why the DSS and the MIS are very, very important. You know, the TPS too, there's some what's it called? There's some hospital that also do some daily operations like selling, like buying and other things like that. But that one is not really what's supposed to be done in the hospital. Hospital is where people go and do what? They get treated for, and after that they send them to what? To the pharmacy. Then the pharmacy does what? Gives them whatever. So in the pharmacy, it's another different information system that will be applied in that place too. Let me look at what I have here. So why is because report is very important to doctors. What about decision makings? So Mike Adebayo, what about decision makings? Yes, yes, Jonathan, they are all important. I said most important, because they have to see the report and also make decision based on that particular report that's been seen. That's why we have the DSS and the MIS. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Let me ask maybe like 3 more questions. Then this will prepare our minds further for what we are going to be learning further from this particular sessions. Okay, yes. Everybody listen to this. What is the difference between a laptop and the system that tracks students' grade? Now, your answer should be, one should be IT, the other one should be IS. Let me ask that question again. What is the difference between a laptop and the system that tracks students' grades? Everybody, one should be IT and one should be IS. The difference between a laptop and the system that tracks the student's grade. What is the difference between the two of them? Okay, the laptop is IS, and please be checking what I said before you said it though. The system that tracks it is what? Is IT. Okay. Okay, any other person? Let's get this in. The system is IS, the laptop is IT. Okay, somebody's talking.
The laptop is IT, whilst
okay,
the information that tracks students' record is IS.
Why? Please, if you are giving your answer, you should be able to tell us why.
Yes, the laptop is a car, but the IS is the engine that moves the car.
Okay. I understand you, but there's a terminology I want you to use.
Yeah, can I add to
Try
it?
again. Yes.
Because I'm already typing, but I think it's taking me a longer time. So the system that tracks student report is narrowed to that alone, which is the IT. Why the laptop can be used for anything, like it's wider in terms of what you can do on the laptop, which is the IS. Thank you.
Okay. So your own is different, right? So your own is that a laptop is IS and the system itself is IT, right?
Yes.
Okay. Any other person? I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying the conversation here. So, Mary, what is your option? Which one is IT? Which one is IS? I hope it's not AI generated. I hope it's not AI generated, Mary. Hey. don't use AI. You know, we're not doing an exam. We just want to ensure that every one of us understand this properly. That's why we're doing this. The laptop is IT. The system is IS. Okay. Okay. She said this is not AI. Thank you very much. Laptop is IT and the system. So let me take two more people. So let me hear your, then I'm going to give my verdict. So two more people. Two more people. Two more people. Two more. Okay, in the absence of that, I'm going to use Mary's explanation. The laptop is a tool. Don't forget, the laptop is a what? Is a tool. So it is IT. Then the system itself that tracks students, that includes what? People and other things. That is what? The information system. So that is a full setup with software data and the what? And the process. Do you understand now? So I think we can put our hands together for Mary. I think Mary explained it very well. And every other person that said the laptop is IT and the system itself is what? Is IS. You are correct. But for those who have said the laptop is IS and the system is IT, we'll talk after the after the closing of this session. Do you understand? So, do you understand? Do you understand? So, okay, Jonathan said, based on the example related to engine and car, engine is just, okay, Jonathan wants to say something, please. Unmute yourself.
Okay, hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, very clearly.
Okay, before you asked the question, I think was it last week or last 2 weeks, about if the car is the IS or the engine is the IT.
Yes.
So,
And one is engine.
yes, based on that example, right? If the car is the IS and the engine is IT, whereas the engine is a subset of the car. So the car should be the IS, while the engine should be IT. But when you gave the answer, it was the other way. So
Okay.
if we base this question on that example that you gave the last time,
Okay.
right? Laptop has software installed on it. So the laptop is the chief, which is IS. And that particular software, that tracking software, is a software. It should be IT. Thank you.
Okay. Let me just answer your question like this. IT is a thing. Why IS is a component of things. Should I repeat that again? IT is a thing. Component is a IS is a component of thing. Do you get what I'm trying to say now? So when you talk about the system that tracks the grid, we'll talk about the application, we talk about the people, we talk about the printers. Do you get what I'm trying to say now? We'll not even talk about the laptop itself. Because the laptop is also part of the things that tracks the. Do you get what I'm trying to say now? Jonathan, please unmute yourself. Do you get what I'm trying to say now?
Okay, sir, I do.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say now? So the IT is just one thing, while the IS is components, like components coming together of a lot of things. Are you getting me? To make one thing?
Sorry,
Does that really answer the question? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm actually the brother that spoke earlier. I don't know his name because I'm with him, and that's what actually gave me the idea of the answer I gave as well. So I think I'm still not clear in a way because looking at it vividly well, realize that the laptop, because if we're thinking wider, we look at it that the software you're talking about is actually installed on the because it could be on this laptop as well, because it's going to be using computer as well to track. I don't know if that's the idea I have. So it's going to still be installed on the same laptop, which is just one thing on the laptop we are talking about. So I will be looking at it in this sense that, okay, my laptop is the IS, which is, we can take other things aside the tracking software. And the same illustration the brother spoke earlier also gave. So it seems to be confusing with the last illustration you gave us on the car and the engine. So I'm still not clear somehow. So maybe you need to help us to elaborate a little bit better. Thank you, sir.
I want to show us something here. Okay. What is the key components? Everybody, what's the key components of IS? That's information system. What are the key components of information system? Sorry, who spoke last now?
Michael Adebayo, thank you, sir.
Okay, Michael. Okay, don't. You can see my screen, right? You can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So now, tell us the 5 keys components. 5 key, not all, just little out of the key components of what? Of IS. Number 1 is what?
Hardware.
Number 2.
Software.
Number 3.
Data.
Number 4.
People.
Number 5.
Procedures.
Now, look at the question now. Looking at this now, the laptop is considered what?
The hardware, physical
Now,
device.
yes. Now, the system that tracks the record is considered as which of these components?
Software.
Uh-huh.
Come again, I didn't get that clearly.
The components that makes up of that system that tracks that results includes what? Number 1.
Software.
Uh-huh.
Data.
Uh-huh.
People.
People, uh-huh.
I think I'll also pick the procedure.
The hardware.
Okay, the hardware. Oh yeah, that's true.
Do you get what I'm pressing now? So that is why just one of it, that is what? That is the IT.
Okay.
Then
okay.
the combination of all the other ones together, I get it in one. Is not the what? Is not the IS. I hope you understand.
Okay, even a laptop can be on FreeDOS, which may not have anything on it. I think I got your point clear now.
Do you get what I'm pressing now? Thank you very much. So do you understand? Is that very clear?
Very clear now.
Yes. Sorry, do I still have anybody that is not very clear with those 2 examples that we've given? Maybe I will think about another example that we can look at again. I'll look at another example that we can look at again. What's the time? Okay. Okay. Now, I have another question on this slide. I have a question on this slide. It says that, everybody, what is the difference between IT and IS? Yes, it's very important. What's the difference between IT and IS? Or let me put it like this, okay. Don't let me ask you what's the difference. Why do people, or why do you think, or why do we confuse IT for IS? Let me put it that way. Why do we confuse IT for IS? Somebody said IT is a component of IS. Very correct. Okay, why do we confuse IT for IS? I would have loved to also put information security to it, but I'll say IS. But information security is another thing entirely. So why do we confuse IT for IS? So somebody should bail me out, 1 or 2 people. Jonathan has helped. I need more people.
Maybe because of the information that started both of them.
Well, that's beautiful. Maybe the information that start both of them. Okay, there's one is tangible, and the other one is intangible. Okay. There can be no IT without IS. You are 100% correct. Thank you very much, Fatima. Let me hear from one because they they are deeply intertwined. That's true. They are very, very intertwined. Like the way Fatima said it, one cannot exist without the other. Do you understand? One cannot exist without the other. You remember very well when I was talking about I want to try and see where I said it's IS versus IT. So I mentioned it somewhere. Okay, yeah. Why both IS and IT matters? I said if you say IS without IT, you mean that you have a very good idea, but you don't have what the tool towards to build them. If you say you have IT without IS, that is you have a technology, but you don't do what? It doesn't meet user needs. Yeah. Then you have the IS and IT together. We said they are equal to what? Success. Right? Remember, I would say they are equal to what? Big time success. That is, they will give us success in whatever we are doing. They give us success. IS plus IT equals to success. Okay. Let me give us this last one. Okay. Now, why do you think business should rely on information systems heavily? Why do you think why do you think that brands should rely on information system heavily? Why? Why do you think they really need to, invest a lot of money on information system professionals? Why do you think they need to really invest on information system itself? Why? 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 Why do you think people, organization need to do what? To rely on what? On information system heavily. Why?
It reduce cost.
It reduces costs. Okay, cost of production, right?
Yes, it reduce
Yeah.
cost of production as well as
Reduces cost of errors.
yes, timely and accuracy.
Thank you very much. Timely and accuracy. Thank you
Also,
very much.
Mr. Ayode, Mr. Jeko, yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
it improve decision making, and
It
it
also
also
improve.
help decision making. Yes, and it
Thank you very much.
leads to
Also
operational
improve decision
efficiency.
making.
Operational efficiency also is
Operational efficiency is a key. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. Any other person? Any other person? Any other person? Okay.
I
Business
think
needs
hello
to.
sir. Hello sir. I think it also enhance customer experience, like the CRM you made mention of, and
Beautiful.
security and compliance also. When you talk about that ISO 27001, so it help security and compliance, then as well as enhance customer experience.
Beautiful. Thank you. So maybe just was here. Someone said many professionals work in roles that blend IT and IS responsibility, but they serve different purposes. 100% right. 100% right. A lot of people don't know that the IS has to first do his job before the what? Before the IT comes on board. IT is a component of IS. So IS includes IT, but also consider how people use technology, how processes are designed, and how decisions are made. Because it helps make better business decision. Sincerely, it makes better business decision. So they help business and organization to think, decide, and okay, uh, they help businesses and organization to think, decide, and move faster. And move faster. Okay, so it gives a competitive advantage. And then lastly is that um, information is an asset. Business needs to rely on IS because information is money and it's also an asset. Yeah, I think this is where I'm going to be pulling the curtain. It's been so nice to be able to talk about the fundamentals and the foundation building block of information system. Um, foundation system. Thank you all for your time, and I hope you've been able to really understand what we're about to start and how to go about it, and how to go about it. So I would like to hand over to Emmanuel. Emmanuel, over to you, please.
All right, please, a round of applause for Mr. Ayola in the chat box. Please, let's give him a round of applause. Thank you so much, Mr. Ayola. Thank you so much. That was really wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Ayola. Let's continue to appreciate Mr. Ayola, please. Let's continue to appreciate Mr. Ayola. All right. Okay. So please let's all go to the chat box. Let's fill in the attendance form and the feedback form. Let us know how we can do this better for you, please. Endeavor to fill the attendance and the feedback form. Please fill in the attendance and the feedback form. When you are done, please chat done. Please chat done when you are done filling the attendance and the feedback form. All right, Joseph done, Covenant done, thank you. The Games TV done, thank you. Millicent done, nice to see you again, Millicent. So please chat done, chat done, chat done. Okay, Mr. Steven done, thank you. Thank you so much. Let's take 3 more done and we would be done. Okay, Lawal done, 2 more. Fatima done, thank you so much. Please, everyone, fill up the forms and chat done. We're waiting. One more person, one more done. Okay, George, thank you so much for bailing us out. So this is where okay, Amaka, you want to repost it? All right. Okay. That's the feedback form. And this is the attendance. Jonathan Don, thank you. All right, Samaka, please, Amaka, let us know when you're done. Just chat done when you're done filling the form, please.
Hello, Mr. Damola, please, before we wrap it up and as we wait Amaka's response, there's a question that I asked earlier in the chat section, which was not attended to. I think we used to have from previous courses, we do have weekly assessments. I want
That
to
was
find out, are we going to have, are we going to be having a weekly assessment for this?
actually replied to that. So for this program, there's no weekly assessment. At the end of the classes, like at the end of all the classes, the test and the examination will be taken. So there's no weekly assessment.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. So Amaka, please tell us when you're done. Amaka, we await your response. Ibrahim, thank you. Oh, okay. You can copy out the forms, though. You can copy out the links and you can fill them up later. Thank you so much. So with that, we bring today's class to a close. Thank you all for joining. Okay, yes. No. We are done for the class. We are done for today. We'll see you again next week. The recording and the material will be posted on the WhatsApp group. Thank you so much. Okay, Michael, done. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Steven. And this is Emmanuel.